Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Space Engineers.
Hello,
As you can
Internet.
see, we've been a little bit busy. Well, I have. Hiya, Duchy. Look, I bring friends.
Hello!
Sal is here!
Woohoo! So, yeah, I've come to join the Duchess here on a different world. I mean, oh my gosh, this is not the NID. I mean, look at this. Look at my face. I don't have a beard. I mean, that's remarkable.
It's a much better look.
Yeah. So because on the NID, because of the types of mods and the type of games that we play, the way we run the server, we can't use skin mods. The character models are a bit risky. So I have point blank refused to take my helmet off until I can have no beard. I refuse to have a beard. I'm not even bothered about being a female as long as I'm not an unshaven middle-aged bloke.
I know. Yeah. I'm working on him.
So, but yeah, this is great. I actually, because we were talking about this before, weren't we? We've talked about this in the comments as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with the character model. Quite happy running around in a spacesuit. But yeah, I just don't want a beard. Take my beard away. Give me a shave.
I don't even need the lady lumps on my chest. Okay, I don't.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, they're on this suit. If you look at the side. They're on this suit, but I'm like, I don't even need my lady lumps.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't need to worry about changing the suit at all. It's just when I take my helmet off, can I be a bit more androgynous, please? At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this model's great. Cool. Right. So, what are we doing today, Duchess?
Well, I figured it's about time this Snuffleupagus got built.
Okay.
And one of the great things about having Sal is, if you've seen this stuff on the NID and things of that nature, you know that Sal's kind of good at building ships.
That's what I do. That's my thing.
And I'm kind of rubbish. So maybe I'll learn something.
So, yeah, I build drilling ships particularly. Being my thing. Small drilling ships, I can knock those out pretty quickly. I tend to build them rather than using blueprints, because I can do that. Go into a creative world, knock up a ship, and then bring a blueprint back. But I just like building them from scratch. I find it fun. It's the fun thing about this. It's like playing Lego.
A little bit, yeah. I had like a huge collection when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
And of course, what did I do with my many Lego blocks and everything like that? I built little ships.
Yep, absolutely. I used to build cruise ships and sailing ships and warships. They were always ships to go on the ocean rather than spaceships.
I built one that was like, I called it the Hammerhead.
Yeah.
And it was like 9 blocks tall. And like 15 long, but it was like the front of it was like angled.
Yeah.
So it just stair-step downward, but the very top of it was just this big bridge section.
Oh, brilliant!
And I had all in like yellow blocks, and there was like 7 big black blocks on the back. That was the engines. It was very blocky and very very much would agree with Space Engineers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was 9.
Yeah.
So I was playing Space Engineers before Keen invented it.
I think that's why I was so drawn to Space Engineers. It's like, oh my god, not only do I get to build my ships, but I get to go inside them afterwards as well, and I get to fly them around. Oh, that to me was just the business. I was so excited. In fact, that was probably the most expensive thing that ever happened to me was discovering Space Engineers, because that's the entire reason why I ended up buying a nice big gaming computer, and then I ended up on YouTube and streaming and doing all of this and constant upgrades to my computer. And yeah, so Space Engineers has cost me about £2,000 in kit, which is about $3,000, I think, or just short of $3,000. just so that I could make my Lego ships and then go fly them. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
Girls'
was,
dream.
one of the first episodes that I did was that I had this thing for a while. I got my computer for Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah.
So this was like a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, even then it was like a year and a half, 2 years old.
Uh-huh.
And it's like when my video card started to crap out, I was like, oh no. Just no.
Yeah, life is not worth living when it's not running.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
But I mean, it gave me a chance to discover like XP Gamers, Shack.
Yeah.
It let me discover Robenschild, a bunch of like other people that were doing Space Engineers content.
Yeah.
And I was just miffed that I wasn't finding any girls. I was like, where are my girls at? Like, I've seen a ton of them do like Minecraft and stuff like that, and I'm like, this isn't much different than Minecraft.
Yeah. You're right, it's not. I don't really know why, but then a lot of the people that I play Minecraft with, who are guys, are just not that into Space Engineers either. I wonder whether it's because of the Engineer brand. I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean, I love it. It's great. So it's like Minecraft, but you get to build ships and then go fly them. And speaking of which, shall we get started?
Yeah, you were trying to outline a particular design.
I was going to suggest...
Just before I started recording.
Yeah. I was going to suggest... my viewers will know this design. I built one for Boris. So on a planet, when you're drilling, the one thing that we know is it's got to be quite robust. So, for your viewers, this cargo container behind my head is the squareness of it, that shape, is about the size of a nine drill array, so 3x3 small drills. And if you imagine that being almost the bottom of the ship, and then the thing above it, what's that you've got above it?
Arc furnace.
Right, cool. So your cockpit would actually be where the bottom arc furnace is. So you'd actually be sitting above the drills, but a little bit back, and it would be about the size of, your cargo container with a cockpit on top, and that's about. So it kind of looks a bit like a bulldozer.
Okay.
But they're quite robust. That's the main thing. Now, I've never tried building one of these designs on a planet, so I'm not sure how many thrusters and things we'd need to keep it stable. And the other thing that we might think about is because you tend to be flying above your ore deposits, don't you, rather than into the side of them. I wonder whether we should put the drills facing downwards rather than facing forwards. What do you think?
I was actually kind of thinking something similar to that too. And with when I was going through and doing the Azure and everything like that, I promised the person who came up with the name of Snuffleupagus, I may get a DCMA from Sesame Street or whatever for this, but it's gonna be the Snuffleupagus. And I mean, the character and the trunk and everything like that, it's all downward.
It is.
And we could even do like some drills if we have any length to it or something like that. We can do some drills on the sides.
Yep.
And whatnot, and that's like his woolly mammoth fringes and whatnot.
Indeed.
So I'm like, it's time to build Snuffleupagus.
Right, let's give it a go. So first thing we're going to need is we're going to need a new small ship. Where would you like to build it? What do I need? I'm going to need construction components. So
there should be some in there.
Cargo container.
And I'm going to go ahead and move to Azura. She sounds really good.
Yeah.
I did put a few more thrusters on her because I want to get her like perpendicular to the ground at some point, which she wasn't exactly cooperating with. Making sure I don't go over top of you and burn you.
Uh-huh. Yes, this would be a nice little space just here to build because we're decent access to the cargo container and stuff.
I may need to go out and get you some iron.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm not entirely sure.
Let's see, so just positioning myself. I think we'll start here. And then first trick is, hang on. They've changed this. I haven't got used to it yet. You now have to press shift. It's control instead of shift. Right.
For the different
your
and
hot
stuff?
bars thingies. Right, steel plate. Let's get some steel plate.
Or
Yes. So,
a lot of the stuff that I do too is like the comma and the period or the greater than less than symbols.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
Transfer between the toolbars like really quick.
Ah. Oh,
So
no
it's one button
hydrogen.
instead of two.
Right. Do you have any bottled hydrogen?
I do. Let me see if it's in the oxygen container or if it's in the hydrogen tank. Yep. Right here in the oxygen generator.
Cool.
Yeah, when we were talking just before you came in, it was like, oh, do you have any oxygen? And I was like, I need oxygen. But my helmet.
It's like,
my
I
oxygen
don't, yeah,
wants.
absolutely. Right, let me just sort of make some room for that. I will dump the gun if you don't mind, because there's no one to shoot, is there?
No.
Cool.
Thankfully, no.
Those.
I did have to draw a gun on somebody in the Ebon Hawk yesterday during the stream. That was rather funny. We're like, who are you? Answer in chat, bro.
Right. So, first thing is we want to build up high a little bit to start with. And because we want to be able to, this foot that we're building won't be permanent. This is just a way to keep us stable while we get started. Now.
Oh yeah, I do that too. Yeah, everybody, all the viewers and everything like that know I start with like the stupid, crappy landing gear. I mean, it's not. Okay, I'm trying not to insult Keen here, but it's not pretty. Sorry. But I start off with that one, and then I build the ship on top of that.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Right, let's see, we want drills. Just want to see how small drills, how big are a small drill facing downwards?
They are...
Of course, it keeps trying to put me a large drill up there.
What in the world?
Okay, so we'll need to be a little higher than that.
That was very odd.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Azura just... She was locked on the connector and she just dropped.
Oh.
Keen, what did you do now?
Yeah, that's been a problem with the multiplayer servers. Is the moment you switch on the server, they've just been falling out the sky. Okay, right, so that will do there. It's funny working with gravity. I don't often
It can be awkward. That's one of the things that I was working with and everything like that when I first started doing the planets and whatnot. It was like, oh, goodness gracious. Gravity, that's a thing.
Yeah. Right, Well, I know the height that we shall work our base platform at. So first thing I'm going to do is just build a spine for the ship. Again, this probably won't stay, so at the moment I wouldn't bother welding it up, but we'll get our drills in place. The downward facing drills first.
Oh, crappy. What did I just do? Come on, let me see. Let me see my blunder. I, kind of injured Sparky.
Oh dear.
Wow, that is so... I don't like that.
Is that because of
Spine.
the... Yeah, it has. It's done the thing that the guys on the planet were complaining about that today.
Uh-huh.
The ships would fall off the connectors, but the connectors would still stay attached. And they were having ships that were breaking into pieces and rolling down the hill, but they could still access the inventory through the broken connector. It didn't seem to know whether it was attached or not.
Yeah, that's very odd. Oh, my goodness gracious. Disconnection.
Oh dear. Now I was noticing that it wasn't happy with me trying to... Oh, steel plate. Oh, of course. The things in my inventory will have gone with the disconnect.
Oh, wait.
Got some free bullets though.
Yay. Well, it'll mean, break it down for magnesium.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing.
Alright, let's give it some more mounting.
Mine's yelling at me for interior plate.
And...
Question is, do I have any? Oh, yeah. Oops. Do not book her bill.
Now this is something that another thing I've discovered, which is interesting, is that my keyboard isn't set up the way that Keen would have expected. What do I need for... Is it steel plates? So I often find that when you're rotating blocks and things,
Mm-hmm.
I'm often having to work quite counterintuitively. So I will have to use an upward facing key or an anti-clockwise key to turn a block clockwise and stuff like that.
Really?
That's the thing.
That's a little bit funky. But hey, if it works for you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
It's to do
Yeah, I
with
don't think they were anticipating that.
No, but it's the design of the way that Keen expects your keyboard to be laid out isn't. And it's to do with how your insert, home, page up, page down, delete, and end keys are. There's quite a variation on how those keys are laid out.
Depending on the keyboard, yeah.
And so if your keys are... I mean, obviously, everybody's keys have page up and page down as a top and a bottom, but not necessarily to one side or in the middle or... Okay, as soon as we've got it's only the drills that are the awkward things to place. Once we've got those in place, we'll be laughing. Is it going to let me... I might have to put a top block in first. Oh.
maybe some construction components over there.
Fact.
I needed motors.
Might scrap the 2 on the other side. And sit it this way. That would probably be a nice design. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Right. Let's get rid of those. Now, not being too used to working in gravity, I'll just have to be careful I don't overload one side and have this thing crash into the ground.
That would be a pity.
Okay, so on top of the... In fact, I wonder if I can build another foot on the other side. Will it let me?
Should have grabbed the other landing gear. There's a small landing gear. It's just like just a 1-block mod that is actually pretty resilient.
Ah.
I'm thankful to admit. And it actually locks, which these heavy landing gear do not lock to the surface. So you press Z and you press P to lock to the surface, and it just kind of looks at you funny. Like, yeah, and so you press the button. But one of the things that improved my load time, I got rid of the Star Wars weapons mod.
Ah.
Because I'm not using it. And I was talking to a few people, especially in the stream yesterday, and they're like, yeah, it's laggy, it's buggy. I've had a couple of people who have done like multiplayer or different things like that, and it's like crashed their whole server.
Ah. Tell you what I'm gonna do instead.
So I mean, it's nice to know that there's like, oh, we could probably do Star Wars weapons at some particular point in time, but it's buggy.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to put Star Wars weapons on the Ebon Hawk because it's from a Star Wars game, but I can wait.
Okay. That will at least hold it stable for a while. Now I can weld it up without risk. Okay, so this is the array of drills. On the top we're going to need some small conveyors, but if we get these drills welded up first, it'll make it easy to see what we need.
Many construction components.
Yep. So, Anubis, who I play with, that'll be me out of hydrogen, of course. Anubis, who I play with, has a theory about construction components that they are the magical components that make things like solar power work. And that they must contain plants, because he figures that plants are what get oxygen out of things, and how you get oxygen out of the sun. But I figure he's a software engineer, so what can you expect?
Right. And I'm like, no, it's like screws, nuts,
spanners. Yeah, she bag of spanners.
Sometimes you have to watch those words around some people because They might be a little bit juvenile.
Oh, yeah. We have a certain level of puerile humour amongst our group. It's very funny. I like it a lot.
Yeah. We had a couple of those yesterday where we were just kind of making innuendo after innuendo after innuendo, and it's kind of like, oh great, I'm back in junior high.
What do I need? Interior plate.
There is construction components and large steel tubes and computers milling in the assembler. And we are running on a half hour.
Right.
So,
should we say goodbye for now and we shall continue in the next episode?
I will say definitely. See you in the next episode, Duchy.
See you next time. Bye, everybody.